After football is done, it's a year-round commitment to help keep Northwestern football strong.
Hi, this is Andy Toth, president of the Booster Club. I wanted to thank all of our volunteers and ask you to help where you can support our efforts. Please go to NWL Tigers Football Booster Club on Facebook to find out how you can help.
Bollinger back to pass, looking down the middle, now trying to look to the right side. He's got a receiver open. Does he hit him? Yes! Justin Holmes for the touchdown. Vogler back to pass, now rolls to the left side. He's got some open land. Can he get there in time? Nick
there
Henry
it is.
Makes a beautiful tackle and stops him dead at the 2-yard line.
Penn Sports Radio presents Northwestern Lehigh Football 2020, and it's live on PennSportsRadio.com.
Once again, we're live from Tiger Stadium here in New Tripoli, Pennsylvania, where Penn Sports Radio presents Northwestern Lehigh football. The Tigers taking on the Pirates of Palisades. Hi, everyone. Tony Sibilla, Marshall Hausfeld here with you. Glad to have you here on the season opener right here in New Tripoli as the Tigers look to try and repeat a beautiful season they had last year in 2019. Marshall, glad to have you here as part of the announcing team on Penn Sports Radio. Your first season here and first one with Northwestern. You've gotten a couple of months to really soak in all of Northwestern Lehigh and what this team has done over the past few years, especially last year. Let me just get your basic thoughts about the team itself.
Well, I think the Colonial League in general, just the competition, the competitiveness, especially at the top of the division. And this year, it's different. It feels a little different. It's opening night, but it doesn't really feel like opening night. In that sort of way, you come into a season with goals in mind. You mentioned how close Northwestern came last year, losing a heartbreaker to Allentown Catholic. And you would think the next step would be, okay, we won the Colonial League regular season. We made it to the district semis. Let's go that next route. And this year, we don't even know if there's going to be a playoff. We don't know if there's going to be an actual Colonial League champion. Tonight is a game. It's a non-conference game featuring two teams in the same conference. So it feels a little different, but I'm looking forward to seeing all the differences play out.
We're going to take a quick break, come right back. You're listening to Penn Sports Radio.
Lehigh Valley Sports Turf is the newest turf facility in the Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf strives to be different than your traditional gym, training facility, or community center. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf's goal is to raise the game by taking a different approach to the little or intense athlete inside all of us. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf provides team turf rentals, sports-specific strength training, toddler and school-age active play, birthday parties, and much more. To find out more, go to lvsportsturf.com. That's lvsportsturf.com. New Tripoli Bank is the bank you and your family have come to know and love. That's because New Tripoli Bank treats each and every customer as an individual, encouraging them to dream big and reach for their goals. Since 1910, New Tripoli Bank has ensured the financial well-being of all their customers. When you're ready to take that first step, New Tripoli Bank will be right by your side. New Tripoli Bank has 3 locations in the Lehigh Valley: New Tripoli, Orfield, and Emmaus. As a community bank serving the Lehigh Valley for over 100 years, New Tripoli Bank knows how important it is to offer their customers the convenience of cutting-edge banking technology, coupled with a local presence that only a true community bank can provide. That's why New Tripoli Bank's mobile banking app, online banking platform, and website are all designed to meet your modern banking needs. For more information, go to newtripolibank.net. That's newtripolibank.net. The Northwestern Lehigh Educational Foundation is a nonprofit organization that supports the educational goals of the Northwestern Lehigh schools. Since inception, the foundation has funded more than $1.3 million in innovative projects to support the district that would not have otherwise been funded. The NWLEF relies on funding through donations from the local community and annual fundraising events. Join the NWLEF for their next event, the annual Clay Shoot on October the 25th at Lehigh Valley Sporting Clays. For more information, go to nwlef.org. That's nwlef.org.
Back here at Tiger Stadium, New Tripoli, Pennsylvania, Tony Sibilla, Marshall Hausfeld here getting ready for tonight's game between the Tigers and the Palisades Pirates, who last year went down to defeat the Northwestern 35-7. In that game, Northwestern totaling 334 yards, Marshall. Palisades only 76, and those were all in rushing yards. And Northwestern just having a phenomenal, one of their, phenomenal games they had in 2019.
Yeah, Northwestern's defense showed up that day. They held Palisades to just 1 of 10 on third down. So they were able to get them off the field quickly, and then they were able to dominate both running the ball and throwing it. Nick Henry had a huge game, 12 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown. Also caught 2 passes. Both went for touchdowns. One was 14 yards, one was 75. In fact, Nick Henry likes when he sees this Palisades team because the year before, in 2018, he rushed for 105 yards and a touchdown. So 4 touchdowns in 2 games against Palisades.
Northwestern out on the field already, waiting for Palisades to show up. It will be a quiet night tonight, so be ready for not an awful lot of crowd. Of course, the recommendations of only 250 in the stadium total. You got to count the teams, us, coaches,
the band,
everybody. So it will be a quiet gathering here as Northwestern will get ready to receive. Justin Rada, Nick Henry, and Justin Holmes are back for Northwestern. Getting ready to kick off for Palisades as they're talking to the referees. I'm sure they're just waiting to get ready to sync up with everybody. Northwestern in those white jerseys with the patriotic numbering, black pants, black helmet. Palisades in all black today. Michael Walbilich, number 14, getting ready to kick off for Palisades as we get ready to kick off the Northwestern football season.
14, Michael
Walbilich now with the squib kick, but it is taken by Northwestern. Dalton Clymer, number 7, covered it. And you saw an offsides initially?
No, it was an onside kick.
Oh, you said onside.
I said onside.
My hearing a little off today.
They were trying to catch Northwestern by surprise. Last year's opening kickoff went for a Notre Dame touchdown, and this year's opening kickoff is an onside kick recovered by Northwestern at midfield.
So they start at the 50. Justin Holmes calling the singles. Taylor Weichert gets the fake handoff now. Holmes trying to run to the left side. He gets pulled up. Flag comes on the play after he's tackled on that play by number 18.
Flag on the play.
John Donato.
Donato. And there's a flag called, and you saw a hold, and I think I did too.
In the backfield where those things normally are called.
So they'll march it back. It'll go against Northwestern. It is a holding call.
Holding against the Tigers, that's a 10-yard spot.
So 10 yards marched back.
1st and 20.
Actually, they marched it back to the 35, so it's 1st and 25 for Northwestern. Holmes calling the singles. Henry in the backfield. Now Holmes looking over to the sideline. It's got Rada to the left. 2 split to the right. Now Rada in motion. Pitch back to Henry, and he's met in the backfield by several Palisades players. They were not fooled on this one.
Nick Henry in the carry. Tackle on the play by
It's been a rough start for the Northwestern offensive line. Holding penalty and Zoom meeting in the backfield.
Ben Halbert was one of the first ones on that play for Palisades, number 34. He's been a mainstay in their defense, and he will cause a problem today, I'm sure, for Northwestern. So 2nd and 27, they lost 2 on that play. Empty backfield. Holmes back to pass. He's got to roll out left, try and get away from some heat. Now he pitches one, tries to get it over. Pass incomplete. Looked like he was looking for Ryan McDonald on the sidelines, but couldn't find him.
I think he was more like he was running for his life and just trying to avoid a loss and just flicking it upfield to avoid a sack.
So 3rd and 27. Holmes. Henry in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right. Holmes barking singles. Now gets it. Dropping back, looking down the middle. Going long down the middle, but he's got a player not quite open. Is Rada. 2 defenders on him. Was not able to do much with that.
Yeah, Zach Smith made the hit. The Northwestern coaches next to us thought maybe that hit was a little early, but it looked like pretty good coverage on the part of Zach Smith.
So 4th down, and Northwestern will have to punt. 4th and 27. Nick Henry's back to kick for Northwestern.
For the Pirates, number 5, Nick Petrillo, and number 25, Kyle McGrath.
So as you heard, Nick Petrillo, Kyle McGrath back to take the punt. Henry gets one off. A nice shot. It's going to wind up at about the 15-yard line. Good punt by Nick Henry. And Northwestern winds up getting the tackle at about the 22-yard line of Petrillo. So that's where that's where Palisades will take over. But a nice punt by Nick Henry.
That was a 52-yard punt.
First and 10.
But I got to say, you would think that with the great field position that Northwestern started with, they went backwards. And a very disappointing opening drive.
So Palisades will get out there now and get their offense going for the first time. Mason Smealin in the backfield. A handoff goes to Smealin. Tries to get around the end, but is stopped at about the 25. Close to the 26-yard line.
Number 3, Mason Smealin on the carry.
So Smealin,
number 51, Devin Toth on the tackle.
with about a 3-yard carry.
3 in the play. Second down.
So second and 7.
Working without a huddle.
Now the handoff again, and meeting him right at the line. Northwestern defenders right there. Looked like it might have been Devin Toth.
And our quarterback.
Actually,
hit in the backfield by number 58.
Number 58, so that was Owen Caulfield. Sorry, these numbers are hard to see from the press box. We apologize if we get a few of them wrong. So now to be 3rd and 9 for Palisades. Newton calling singles. Smealin with him in the backfield now. Shotgun. Looking to throw left side, but his receiver nowhere near open. Ryan Letterboer is well defending the receiver over there, Joe Donato. So it'll be 4th down and 9, and Palisades deep in their zone. Maybe going for it.
On a 4th and 9. Wow. Maybe Musa came to play.
3 receivers to the left.
Now they're dropping back to
Now they will drop back. Danny Kelleher did that a lot last year. And he'll get the punt off down the middle of the field, and that one taken by Holmes. And he's taken down, met by 3 different players at about the 45-yard line. Looked like he was tackled initially by Nick Petrillo.
And Smealin was in on the special teams play also. It's amazing how many of these players go both ways.
And that's high school football for you. It's these kids can play on both sides of the ball, and they're very resilient. So Northwestern will start over again on offense, this time on their own 45. Holmes with Henry in the backfield. Cade Christopher split wide left. Rada in the slot to the right. Rolling to the right now. Holmes looking for some room, getting some blocking from Henry. It's across the 50 down to about the 47-yard line. Pickup of about 7 or 8 yards.
Holmes on the keeper, brought down on a play by number 5, Nick Petrillo. Pickup of
the first positive gain by the Northwestern Tigers today, a 7-yard keeper.
From the 47-yard line.
I'm going to call it 8 yards. So 2nd and 2 on the 47. Holmes now with Henry in the backfield. Now going in motion, and Henry gets the handoff. Up the middle, gets a couple of blocks, breaks a couple of tackles, gets down to the 35.
Henry in the carry.
Across the 35-yard line for the first down.
For Tigers, first down.
So nice run by Nick Henry down to the 35-yard line.
Running behind the center, Dan Fenstermaker. Good blocking up front.
15-yard gain. I'm sorry, 12-yard gain for Henry. Now on the snap, back to Holmes. He's going to roll to the left side. Trying to find some room. Gets across the 35, down to about the 33. He's finally tackled there by Ben Halbert, number 34.
Halbert led the team in tackles last year for Palisades, had 78. He's always around the ball carrier.
So gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Going in motion is Rada. Now Holmes keeps it, tries to find some room, but he was met initially on that play by Aiden Blakey.
Tackling a play by 49, Jenya Kelleher.
And Kelleher had some help on that as well.
No gain on the play.
So 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Yep, no gain.
Empty backfield now for Holmes. Split wide to the right. Henry in the slot. Rada there looking for a pass, but no, he gets it to Henry, and Henry just has no room to go with that as he was met by several players. Austin Winters was there along with Ben Halbert to stop that one, and Northwestern in the last couple of plays not able to do much with it. 7 minutes left to go first quarter.
4th and 8.
And Northwestern now 4th and 8. But they are in pretty good territory, so no reason to punt right now. Might as well try for it.
All right, they tried a screen pass there to try to slow down the pass rush. The pass rush came, but there were still linebackers there to tackle Nick.
Henry in the backfield with Holmes. Now Holmes back to pass. Looking left side. Has a receiver down the left side. It's Cade Christopher, and he is in for the touchdown. Beautiful pass. Christopher beat his defender. And Christopher, the 33-yard touchdown reception off the pass from Justin Holmes, and Northwestern will jump out to a 6-0 lead.
Yeah, Thomas Salvo was in coverage. It was a perfectly thrown ball. First long completion of the game, and we're going to see how explosive this Northwestern offense can be. They're stopped, nothing, and then a huge play.
Andres Garrido on for his first extra point of the season. The snap, the kick is up, and plenty of distance, and good. So Northwestern has taken a 7-0 lead here. They're going for it on 4th and multiple yards. Now flag on the play, so they're going to call this one back on a procedure from Northwestern. So hold on just a second. Northwestern will try it again.
We saw Cade Christopher a lot during that scrimmage last week. He's very impressive sophomore. He's going to be the backup quarterback, and he's starting at wide receiver. He's going to make a lot of plays this year.
The flag's being picked up, and they're waving it off.
Penalty flag, so no penalty on the play. So the extra point. So
they're not calling it a penalty. So there is a good extra point. 7-0 Northwestern. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more here as Northwestern leads 7-0. You're listening to Penn Sports Radio.
DJI Insurance is an independent agency with over 50 years combined industry experience, and our clients are our top priority. Because we work with multiple insurance carriers, it allows us to provide options for coverages and competitive pricing. We take pride in serving our policyholders and will customize a policy that suits your specific needs. Consider DJI Insurance Agency, your insurance compass, and let us assist you in navigating life's insurance needs.
Back at Tiger Stadium, Tony Sabilla, Marshall Hausfeld, glad to have you here on Penn Sports Radio as we bring you the first of several Northwestern Lehigh games this year. We hope you are able to tune into all of them, as Marshall and I will be bringing you all the action of Northwestern Lehigh football here. For those watching on YouTube, we hope you enjoy the commentary with it. Feel free to send us emails to correct me on all the mistakes I make.
I'll do it for him.
Northwestern getting ready to kick off.
I'll compile lists of grievances.
Back deep for the Pirates, number 5,
Now the kickoff goes to the left side, and McGrath gets it at about the 9-yard line. He's swinging to the left side, trying to get around a few defenders, and he's met right at about the 19-yard line and drilled down to the ground.
Looks like Devin Toth was in on that tackle as well. He's very active.
McGrath on the return.
Toth obviously and a nice play on that one. Tyler Weichert as well really made that shot. So Northwestern will go on defense now. Try again to stop this Palisades offense.
They had a 3-and-out their first possession.
They start on the 20. Jaden Newton still at quarterback. Mason Smealin in the backfield with him. Three receivers to the right. Now the fake handoff and a pass down the middle is tipped and almost intercepted. Weichert was there, but he was moving to his right. The ball hit him off the left hand and just not able to do anything with that one.
Yeah, it was overthrown. Had him open over the middle.
Joe Donato was the intended receiver. So 2nd down and 10 for Palisades. You can hear the cheerleaders. That's most of the crowd here. And there's still plenty of people. There's still some people, some of our fans here, able to look at the game today. It's just tough to see this. Now they're marching back, so don't know if we had an issue here with a penalty. Waiting to see what the referees decide here. A couple of them are talking it over.
They have not spotted the ball. Now they're moving it back. Nope, they're talking.
A lot of discussion going on. A couple of other games tonight on Penn Sports Radio. Notre Dame Green Pond is at Pine Grove. Scott Johnston and Andrew Trumborough on the call. That one, Tamaqua at Shenandoah Valley. Two of our new guys, Tony Radoka and Doug Jansen, covering that game up at Tamaqua.
1st and 20 from the 10-yard line.
Tamaqua up 7-0 as we get a report on that right now. So we welcome Tamaqua to the Penn Sports Radio team.
So that play never happened, Tony. It was a 10-yard penalty, so the incompletion never happened. It's 1st and 20.
Now again, shotgun. Smealin gets a fake handoff and now passes well down the field. Now a late penalty flag coming in. That might go against Justin Holmes.
There was a penalty flag on the
intended for Zach Smith. It was well ahead of him, but for some reason they feel that Holmes got a hand on him.
Yeah, the ball was overthrown. He had a step. Smith had a step on Holmes. Are they going to pick this one up, or are they?
So they move it up to the 25.
Pass interference.
Nope, they're calling it
against the Tigers. It's a 15-yard penalty.
So yeah, 15-yard penalty now makes it
1st and 5.
1st and 5 for Palisades. So they get that penalty back and then some. Again, Smealin in the backfield with Newton. Newton looking to the sidelines. Now getting ready to call the single again. Receiver in motion. Now the handoff goes up the middle and to the right side. Breaking free for Palisades is number 25, Kyle McGrath. And a flag comes in on the play at the end. So there may be a late hit as he went out of bounds at about the 45 of Northwestern.
Yeah, good blocking on the right side of the Pirates line. Sheehan Carr, Nathan Carr allowed that hole to open. Trying some misdirection this time. And they're going to add to it.
So a penalty on Northwestern at the end.
Penalties on the Tiger bench. That's 1st and 10
so
now.
The Tiger bench was getting a little too crowded there at the sideline. Now it is marked at the 45, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Palisades there. Newton now fakes handoff, rolls to the left side, throws a pass for McGrath, but well past him and out of bounds.
Intended for McGrath.
So 2nd and 10, Palisades doing well with the handoff at times, and so far Newton, a couple of his passes have been way off, Marshall.
Yeah, I got 0 for 3 so far. They only completed 64 passes last year. We're still waiting for number 1 this year.
2 men in the backfield right now. Smealin is back there. Now the handoff goes to Smealin, who tries to go up the middle, but several Northwestern players are there to stop him. And again, Toth, number 51 in there for Northwestern, makes the initial tackle. Lost 2 yards on that play, so it'll be 3rd and 12 for Palisades.
Yeah, Northwestern just stacking that the defensive front, putting several in the box, daring Jaden Newton to beat him deep.
So Smealin in the backfield along with Jaden Newton, number 9, the quarterback. Newton back to pass, rolling a bit to his right. Looking downfield, trying to find a receiver, and it's almost picked off by Nick Henry. He meant to get McGrath, but Henry stepped into it, but at least knocked it down. It'll be 4th and 12.
I think he was stunned that it came right to him. Jaden Newton having all sorts of accuracy issues today. They're relying on wide receiver end arounds to be their entire offense. It's going to be tough sledding for them. They're going for it again on 4th and 12.
4th and 12, yep. Kelleher is back there, I believe. Hard to see these numbers. He'll drop back now. And he will now punt. Ball is up in the air. Line drive. It keeps on rolling. It gets down to the 2-yard line and kept out down to the 1-yard line. Good punt and a good recover there by Palisades to get a couple of players down there and stop it from going out of bounds. And Smealin, I believe, was the last man to touch it and keep it at the 1.
Yep, 46 and 1/2-yard punt. No return, and after 2 possessions where Northwestern started near midfield, now they're backed up near their own end zone.
So Northwestern takes over. 5:12 left to go. In this first quarter, Northwestern up 7-0. Justin Holmes halfway into his end zone. Getting ready for the snap. He's actually now up against under center. The handoff goes to Henry, rolls to the right side, gets out to about the 5-yard line before he is brought down on the play. Looked like Marcus Yearwood, number 11, had initial contact for Palisades. Austin Winters in on the play as well. Gain of 4, so 2nd and 6 for Northwestern. Now the handoff again to Henry, tries to go up the middle. This time met with several players from Palisades. And he gets out to about the 6-yard line, so a gain of maybe about another 1-yard line.
On the carry, pickup of 1, tackle on the play by number 50.
Looks like Nathan Carr got initial contact. Austin Winters helped him with the tackle as well.
Yeah, the interior of Palisades' defensive front, very, very stout.
3rd and 5 for Northwestern, now back to pass. Holmes tries to go up the middle. He really had no room for Rada as a couple of defenders were squeezing in on him. Halbert was in on that one, as well as Donato for Palisades, so they stopped Northwestern from getting a first down, and the Tigers are going to have to punt deep in their end zone.
Dangerous pass into double coverage, fortunate no turnover, and we'll see what kind of field position Palisades ends up with. The field position shifted with that great punt.
Henry back to punt.
For the Pirates, number 5, Petrillo, and number 25, McGrath.
Petrillo and McGrath are back to receive the punt. And it kicks and goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line on the Palisades sideline. So that's where the Pirates will take over. Good field position.
40-yard line, 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line.
Chance to do something here.
35-yard punt, no return.
Tony Sibilla, Marshall Hausfeld here at Tiger Stadium in New Tripoli, where Northwestern is up 7-0. A couple of good plays here and there, Marshall, but sustained drives yet we have not seen from either team.
Yeah, I think for the season, I would be surprised the way Northwestern's offensive line is. I think you're going to see a lot of explosive plays. I don't think you're going to see a lot of 12-play drives, 10-play drives where they grind out possessions. I think it'll be the quick strike will be the calls of the day for Northwestern.
So 1st and 10 now. Smealin in motion. And the handoff goes up the middle to the right side, down to about the 37-yard line.
Number 34.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
Halbert on the carry.
Halbert now getting some
Tackling the
play
by number 51,
as
Devin
fullback,
Coates.
getting the handoff.
Pick up a 3, second
He
and
gets
7.
3 yards, 2nd and 7 for Palisades. Smealin in the backfield with Newton. Halbert in the slot to the left. McGrath split wide right. Zach Smith also to the right side of the line. Now the handoff to Smealin, and he's met in the backfield immediately and brought down. Looked like that was
that Ryan McConnell coming in?
number 68.
By number 68.
Yeah.
Evans.
Yeah, 68, Devin Salamanchuk.
7 check. Loss of 2 in the play. 3rd and 9.
So a 2-yard loss is 3rd and 9 for Palisades. Smealin, the lone running back in the backfield with Newton. 3 receivers to the right. McGrath wide right.
Smealin having a very similar day as last season against this team.
Now a handoff to Smealin again. He breaks a couple of tackles, gets around to the 30-yard line. He's got the first down and keeps on going. And finally knocked out of bounds. Nice run by Smealin. He found the hole and finally stepped out of bounds at about the 20.
On the carry.
I just jinxed Northwestern right there because prior to that carry, Smealin was under negative. He was in negative yards territory. 4 carries for -3, and then he busts almost a 20-yard run on this play.
So 19-yard gain for Smealin.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
So flag was on the play. Let's see what they call this. Personal foul on Northwestern.
And if that was after the play was over, they'll go half the distance.
So Palisades looked like they were struggling last couple of plays to get something going, and they finally got Smealin some room to run, and he took off. Now it is 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Smealin in the backfield again. Newton gets the snap, pitches to Smealin left side. Tries to go up the middle, gets a couple of yards, down at about the 7-yard line.
Smealin on the carry, tackling the play by number 51.
Give him about
Devin
3.
Coates.
Devin Toth on that one.
Pick up of 2 in the play. 2nd down and goal from the 7.
Toth, the junior, and one of the defensive leaders on this team. So now 2nd and 7 for Palisades. Now fake handoff, rolling to the right side, and the pass in the end zone is caught for a touchdown. Looks like it is McGrath who got it. Number 25, Kyle McGrath with the 7-yard touchdown catch. And Palisades get themselves on the board. It's 7-6 Northwestern.
They faked the sweep. And Jaden Newton, his first completion of the season, goes for 6.
Got it right in the corner of the end zone. Now Palisades with the extra point try is up and good. Looked like it was Delancey Hilferty, number 88, on for the extra point. So now the game tied 7-all in the first quarter. 1:54 left to go. We'll take a break, come right back. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
Lehigh Valley Sports Turf is the newest turf facility in the Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf strives to be different than your traditional gym, training facility, or community center. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf's goal is to raise the game by taking a different approach to the little or intense athlete inside all of us. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf provides team turf rentals, sports-specific strength training, toddler and school-age active play, birthday parties, and much more. To find out more, go to lvsportsturf.com. That's lvsportsturf.com.
Tony Sabilla, Marshall Hausfeld back here at Tiger Stadium. Glad to have you here on Penn Sports Radio and on YouTube as well, as Northwestern Lehigh School District is streaming this one and giving everyone a chance to watch who can't be here. Glad to have you listening to us on this feed. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight. Justin Holmes, Justin Rada, and Nick Henry are back to get this kickoff now from Palisades. And this one now is an actual kickoff down to about the 3-yard line and taken there by Rada across the 15, maybe down to the 16-yard line before he's taken down.
Number 2, Thomas Salva.
Salva gets credit for the tackle. So Northwestern will take over there. Not great field position off that kickoff.
Well, better than they had the last time, and go back to
good point.
Go back to the great punt that Palisades had, swapped off field position, the big penalty, a personal foul after the long run, set up Palisades score.
3 receivers to the left: Henry, Weichert, and Christopher. Empty backfield for Justin Holmes. Rada in the slot, gets the handoff as he goes in motion, swings around left side, pushes off a nice tackle opportunity there, and gets knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. So good 8-yard gain there. Ben Halbert gets credit for the tackle. So 8 yards on that play, 2nd and 2 for Northwestern. Trying to do something a little different, getting some motion, getting players moving around. And that time, Rada in motion. Now Holmes gets the snap and takes it himself, gets across the 25 down to about the 26, close to the 27-yard line.
Holmes on the carry, tackle the play by number 45.
He's still about a yard short of a first down. 3rd down coming up for Northwestern. 48 seconds left to go in this first quarter. So Northwestern has at least one more play to get off here. They line up now. Henry in the backfield with Holmes. Now again, Rada in motion. He moves to the left side, gets the handoff, gets across the 25, and looks like he got enough for the first down as he stepped out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. So
that is enough.
He does get the first down. So will Northwestern get one more playoff? 15 seconds to go. First quarter.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Holmes with Henry in the backfield. Referees blowing a whistle here.
It's early in the season for everybody.
Not sure what that's about. Talking to the Northwestern bench.
It's a clock issue.
Guess they want a little more time on the clock. Not that it really matters at this point.
Where were you in Allentown Catholic?
Could use those 2 seconds about 9-10 months ago. So now they start the clock again. They put it back to 20 seconds. So now the play is executed. Northwestern and back to pass and incomplete. As Holmes trying to get a quick pass off there, deflected off a defender meant for Justin Rada, but not able to do anything with that. They really have had a hard time, Marshall, getting some room in the middle to make any passes.
Yes, all of their runs that have been effective have been wide. Everything up the middle has been clogged up. And Justin Holmes has only completed the 2 passes, but one, of course, went for a touchdown, but 2 of 6, 33 yards.
Empty backfield. Holmes back to pass, swings it to the right side.
He wasn't ready.
Looking for Henry, but Henry was not looking back for it. So that's incomplete. 3rd and 10, 14 seconds left to go on the clock.
Yeah, they're going for some quick passes here. Again, trying to stave off the Palisades pass rush. And in that case, the pattern wasn't yet completed by Nick.
3rd and 10. Northwestern, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Holmes, back, looking for someone to pass, gets away from some defense, and then now picked off by Palisades. Looks like that might be Joe Donato, number 18.
Pass intercepted by number 18, John Donato.
So Donato with the catch
by number 5, Justin Holmes. That'll set the
and interception. First INT for Holmes.
Yeah, it looked like Aiden Blakey came off the right side, caused the pressure,
on the 32-yard line.
and the ball was underthrown.
So Palisades will take over at the Northwestern 32. 4 seconds left to go in this first quarter. So mistake here by Northwestern gives Palisades a chance. Smealin in the backfield with Newton. Back to pass, looking down the middle, now rolling right side. Newton now tossing one down the lane, down on the right side, and almost picked off there by Cade Christopher. Knocked out of bounds, intended for McGrath.
Number 20, Zach Smith.
Zach Smith, sorry, number 20.
I like the aggressive play call after a turnover, trying to go deep. Defense on its heels a little bit. You consider when teams are playing both ways. The team that committed the turnover, they're getting right back and having to play defense. So I like the play call. It just wasn't a particularly well-thrown ball.
First quarter over. Game tied at 7 as we head to the second quarter. We'll take a break, come right back. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
Let HTSS help you get the job that'll get you going in the right direction. HTSS at Emmaus is your staffing solution, and right now they're hiring for customer service call center reps, IT, engineers, and data entry, as well as sales and marketing, administrative office staff, accounting, financing, logistics, and distribution. Get started down the path to employment with HTSS. To set up an appointment, call 610-432-4161 or apply online at htss-inc.com. That's htss-inc.com. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf is the newest turf facility in the Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf strives to be different than your traditional gym, training facility, or community center. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf's goal is to raise the game by taking a different approach to the little or intense athlete inside all of us. Lehigh Valley Sports Turf provides team turf rentals, sports-specific strength training, toddler and school-age active play, birthday parties, and much more. To find out more, go to lvsportsturf.com. That's lvsportsturf.com.
Tony Sabilla, Marshall Hausfeld back here at Tiger Stadium in New Tripoli, where the game is tied 7-7 as we head into the second quarter. Palisades takes over, Northwestern 32. Handoff to Smealin. Had a little trouble with the handoff. Now he's being met by multiple defenders, but breaks free and gets a couple of yards on the play. Nice play by Smealin as he went sideways and finally found some room to cut through.
Yeah, the way he was running right, he almost hesitated, almost looked like he wanted to throw a pass. The way he juked his shoulders, but went ahead and he was able to pick up a few yards.
3rd and 7, so 3-yard gain from Smealin where he could have lost a few. He's in the backfield again with Newton. Trillo and Zach Smith are split to the left. Now back to pass, Newton. Rolling to the right side, looking for someone. Now gets a pass off, and it looks like it is complete down to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to be short of the first.
Newton's pass complete to number 10.
That one completed to Zach Smith, I think, on that play. It is awfully hard seeing these uniforms.
On the play by number 10, Ryan McDonald.
McDonald gets credit for the tackle. They'll go for it here, 4th and 3. A little less than 3. Kelleher, Smealin in an eye. The handoff to Kelleher. He goes up the middle, gets down to the 20-yard line, and then even more. Nice run there for Palisades. They get the first down.
Albert on the carry, tackle on the play by 51, Devin Toth.
Yeah, running behind the center, Stephen Lilly, right guard, Sheldon Carr. Good hole opened up.
Actually, they gave it to Halbert, so number 34 with the carry there.
18-yard line.
So another 1st and 10 on the Northwestern 18. I formation again. This time Smealing gets the handoff, rolls to the left side. He's got some room and an opening and a touchdown. Northwestern had some pursuit, but
For the Pirates touchdown.
it was just a nice run there, and I think
It was an 18-yard touchdown run.
an 18-yard touchdown, as you're saying. Nice run by Smealing. He just took off, Marshall, with some tremendous speed.
And some good blocking. It's Gavin Krasholik, the left tackle, who is in for Liam Rexinger. He had the big block on that play.
Extra point is up and good by Hilferty. And so now it is 14-7, Palisades leading. We'll take a quick break, come right back. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh Football on Penn Sports Radio.
The Northwestern Lehigh Football Booster Club takes pride in its work with the players, parents, and staff that make up this great team. Their mission is to help promote the program through fundraisers, sponsorships, and volunteer support from people like you. From pregame meals and equipment to year-ending banquets, the Booster Club helps to provide a great atmosphere for their student athletes. Their hard work doesn't stop after football is done. It's a year-round commitment to help keep Northwestern football strong.
Hi, this is Andy Toth, president of the Booster Club. I wanted to thank all of our volunteers and ask you to help where you can support our efforts. Please go to NWL Tigers Football Booster Club on Facebook to find out how you can help.
Back here at Tiger Stadium, Palisades has taken a 14-7 lead over Northwestern.
For the kickoff for the Pirates, number 14, Michael Wallaby.
Credit Palisades for taking advantage of the turnover. Holmes' pick leads to 6.
While Billich's ready to kick off for Palisades.
Number 5, Justin Holmes.
That one kick to the center of the field and taken by Holmes in Northwestern. Gets across the 30 down to about the 33-yard line.
Justin Holmes on the return, tackle on the play.
Almost broke it for a much longer run.
Benson.
He had some room up the middle, but Palisades was able to close that quickly.
26-yard return. Take it.
So Northwestern looking to get back on offense and try again.
Justin Holmes has struggled so far, 2 of 8. The one completion was for 0, 1 was for a touchdown, and 1 pick.
Empty backfield, first down on the 33. Good quick pass left side to Henry. Gets across the 40-yard line down to about almost the 42-yard line. So a pickup of about 8.
Holmes' pass complete to Nick Henry.
So getting Henry out of the backfield, making him a receiver, and getting it to him quickly.
Of 9 on the play, second down and
I'm going
1.
to call a pickup of 9 for Henry. Empty backfield again. Now Holmes up the middle. Keeper gets across the 45 down to about the 49-yard line.
That's enough for a Tiger. First down.
7-yard gain for Holmes. First down now. And Northwestern continuing to move the ball.
And continuing to go no huddle. They like this fast tempo.
Not giving Palisades any chance to adjust. Henry, Weichert, and McDonald on the right side. Rada split left. Empty backfield.
Play clock down to 2.
And now Holmes gets the snap just before it goes off. Gets those up the middle. Cross the 50 down to about the 47-yard line.
Play by number 11, Marcus Yearwood.
So gain of about 4 yards there.
Big pile up. He fell forward. Got an extra couple of yards out of that.
Bring up second down and 6 from the 47-yard line.
So 2nd and 6, Northwestern.
I have unofficially running the football, Justin Holmes, 5 carries, 20 yards.
Henry in the backfield. Rada in motion, right to left. Fake handoff to Rada. Now Henry gets it. Goes up the middle. Breaks a few tackles across the 35. The 30. Breaks a few more. Outside to the 20. The 15, the 10. And he finally gets knocked out of bounds. Nice run by Nick Henry. He got some good blocking and then made a few more holds for himself and gets it all the way down to the 6-yard line for Northwestern.
Nick Henry has a couple of ways to get yardage. He has the strength to run over you, he has the elusiveness to get by you, and he has the speed to run away from you. And sometimes you get all three on one play, and you had that in that instance as well.
41-yard gain for Henry. It's 1st and goal now for Northwestern at the 6 of Palisades. Now the handoff as Henry goes up the middle and in for a touchdown. So a great drive for Northwestern. Some good running by Nick Henry as he records a touchdown for Northwestern and puts it now 14-13. And some great blocking. The offensive line has a big task this season, Marshall, but they did some great blocking on that big run by Nick Henry and again on that touchdown run.
Yeah, we got into a little bit of the people that they had to replace, and Owen Cofield and Cam Shields, and those guys did a nice job on those back-to-back plays. We talked about these drives aren't going to be long drives. They're going to be made by a lot of quick and long plays, and 41 yards followed by a 6-yard touchdown.
Henry holds for Garrido. That one is up and good, so the game now tied up at 14-all in the second quarter with 8:02 left to go in the half. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
Nutripoli Bank is the bank you and your family have come to know and love. That's because Nutripoli Bank treats each and every customer as an individual, encouraging them to dream big and reach for their goals. Since 1910, Nutripoli Bank has ensured the financial well-being of all their customers. When you're ready to take that first step, Nutripoli Bank will be right by your side. Nutripoli Bank has 3 locations in the Lehigh Valley: Nutripoli, Overfield, and Emmaus. As a community bank serving the Lehigh Valley for over 100 years, Nutripoli Bank knows how important it is to offer their customers the convenience of cutting-edge banking technology coupled with a local presence that only a true community bank can provide. That's why Nutripoli Bank's mobile banking app, online banking platform, and website are all designed to meet your modern banking needs. For more information, go to NutripoliBank.net. That's NutripoliBank.net.
Tony Sabilla, Marshall Hausfeld back here at Tiger Stadium in Nutripoli. Glad to have you here as Northwestern now kicking off to Palisades after a nice drive. And the kickoff taken at about the 8-yard line, now out to about the 18-yard line by McGrath before he is tackled by McConnell. We have a Northwestern player down on the field right now.
Tackle on the play by number 10, Ryan McDonald.
Trouble seeing it just yet.
We have an injury timeout on the field.
Yeah, Taylor Weichert was, he's not the injured player, but he was involved in an altercation with one of the Palisades special teams players, and the coaches were asking for a penalty because he was being harassed on the sideline.
So, pretty quiet stadium to begin with, but now with a Northwestern player down, just a little more concern from the fans here.
Holding left ankle.
Have not been able to make out a number yet.
Oh, it could be a knee.
Definitely holding down that left leg, so trainers are out there. If you're watching on YouTube, you see them out there now taking a look at the situation. And hopefully nothing too major. They are moving him around, moving that leg around a little bit. And they are able to get him to move somewhat. So that's good news. They've gotten the leg somewhat mobile.
That Toph? I'm trying to...
Yeah, it looks like number 51 if I'm not mistaken there.
Yeah, it is.
So Devin Toth 5'8", 170 junior here for Northwestern. Will be taken off. Hopefully nothing major here, although he is, he's putting some weight on it, but and they're able to move it somewhat. So we'll see what that is.
Devin was very active in that scrimmage last week. He was probably the most active defender that Northwestern had. He intercepted a pass. He recovered. He forced a fumble. He was in on blitzing downs. He was very impressive. A very unfortunate injury this early in the season.
So Palisades will take over. 1st and 10, dropping back to pass. Looking to the left side, and Petrillo is open, but he's met immediately by Justin Rada. Got about 3 yards on the play, but nice play by Rada to pick up Petrillo immediately and make a good defensive play.
Yeah, they gave him a lot of cushion on that play, and if the ball was thrown a little lower and a little quicker, they would have gotten more yards out of it because he had space to run.
Second and 7. Smealin again, the lone back with Newton in the backfield. Handoff is faked. Now pass to the left side is picked off by Northwestern. That pass was off by a little bit, and Taylor Weichert, number 20, and he gets a nice interception there as he was right on the play and in the vicinity and had his eyes open. That was a quick pass, Marshall. To get an interception, he had to really be attentive at what was going on.
Yeah, Jalen Newton is just not a very accurate passer. That's what I'm coming away with so far in this game. They've had opportunities to put some holes in this Northwestern defense. He just hasn't been able to effectively move the ball through the air.
So 1st and 10 for Northwestern on the Palisades 35. Back to pass, rolling left side is Holmes. He gets one off, and that one is picked off on the other end. Meant for Rada.
And Holmes is limping off the field.
And Petrillo picks off the pass the other way. So very quickly, 2 interceptions, one for either team. And Palisades, Petrillo made that catch. He's coming up a little lame. He'll get off the field quickly, though, not a problem. He's getting a little bit of help, but he seems to be relatively okay.
On the Northwestern side, it's Justin Holmes who came off the field very slowly, and he's being attended to.
So Palisades grouping on the sideline, and will come back out now and have another chance on offense. So 1st and 10. Their own 32-yard line, they'll take over again and try their offense one more time. I formation in the backfield. Halbert back there with Smealin. Now the handoff goes to Smealin. He gets a good block and breaks a couple of tackles before he's finally brought down at about the 41-42-yard line by Drew Sabo.
Palisades. On the carry was number 3, Mason.
Going more to their bread and butter, running left.
Number 1, Andrew
Behind Winters, the left guard.
Of 9 in a play.
A good initial block there, too, by Halbert, who got in there and made a little bit of room for Smealin initially. So 2nd and 1, gain of 9 on that play. And Palisades taking their time.
I think they're moving the sticks. I think they're saying he got enough for the first down.
Okay, so they're saying he got the first down.
That was the first down.
Without a measurement, they just said, okay.
10 from the 42-yard line.
All right. No index card needed. We'll give you the 10.
So Palisades will continue on offense. 1st and 10 at just about their own 42. Smealin in the backfield. The fake handoff. Now a swing pass to the right side is complete. But met up by multiple tacklers for Northwestern. The pass going for Tom Salva, who made the catch. And it looked like Northwestern got some good defense there. Might have been McDonald. Hard to see those numbers.
Tackle the play by number 20.
Yeah, a lot of air.
Actually, Weichert, sorry.
A lot of air under that pass. Again, if it's a quick pass and down and to the letters. Salva could have turned upfield and run, but it took a long time to get there, and the defense was there to make the quick tackle.
So 2nd and 8. Now back to pass. To the right side, the swing pass is out of bounds. No good, even though it was caught by the receiver. He stepped out of bounds, so it'll be 3rd and 8 now. 5:30 left to go in the second quarter. Game tied 14-all Northwestern and Palisades. So 3rd and 8 now for the Pirates. And you got to believe they've had so much success, Marshall, with the running game, they have to go back to it.
Well, they had a 3rd and 9 on the last drive, and they handed off to Smealin, and that was their big gain. It was an 18-yarder, set up the touchdown. 3rd and 9 is running situation.
So 3 men in the backfield. Smealin goes in motion to the left. Now a swing pass to Smealin. And he cannot catch it. It's intercepted by Northwestern. It went off of Smealin, and Weichert was right there to tackle him. But he saw Smealin bobble the ball, and Weichert took it out of the air and made a beautiful interception. Now he looks a little bit hurt, but it looks more like maybe a hand issue. Or perhaps not. Perhaps another issue that, we'll leave it at that.
Newton's second pick of the game. I wondered because last year Smealin, for all of his offensive accolades, didn't do much out of the receiving game. He only caught 2 passes all year, and with his hands on that play, I think we know why.
And again, Weichert showing a lot of, attention being paid to the receiver that he's looking at. And again, picked that one out of the air after it hit off of Smealin's arm and back. Now Rada in motion. Henry in the backfield. Fake handoff now. Henry gets the handoff. Goes up the middle across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. Gain of about 5 on that play.
Owen Caulfield in the backfield, making a nice block.
And maybe that might be the answer. You need to get some bigger guys back there to help lead block. Provide a little more protection for the runners. 2nd and 5 now for Northwestern. Now Letterboer in motion. Fake the handoff. Now up the middle goes Justin Holmes. He breaks free across the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Justin Holmes.
Justin Holmes at a 34-yard
34-yard touchdown. He found a couple of openings and then broke a couple of tackles after that and made a beautiful touchdown run. And Northwestern finds themselves back on top, 20-14.
Yeah, Nick Petrillo had the last chance to tackle Holmes, and he was twisted around like a pretzel and had no shot.
And Holmes, you give him a little bit of extra running room, he will make you look silly, and he did that on that play. Extra point by Garrido is up and good. So Northwestern jumps back out in front. 21-14, 4:41 left to go in the second quarter. We'll take a break. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
With the vast materials and professional standards, Edge One Property Services of New Tripoli is your home for commercial and industrial residential services. This includes cleaning solutions, painting, pavement solutions, snow, ice management, and landscape. Edge One Services' sophisticated management team can provide maintenance services to the commercial, industrial, educational, and HOA community sectors. Give your property the Edge One effect. For more information, call 484-247-4240 or go to edgeoneservices.com.
Tony Sibilla, Marshall Houseville back here at Tiger Stadium. Glad to have you with us on Penn Sports Radio and the Northwestern Lehigh School District YouTube channel. Glad to have you watching us and listening to us wherever you're getting us tonight as football in the Lehigh Valley started back up. Weren't sure it was ever going to happen, but it has. Now Palisades will get the kickoff at about the 7-yard line. Petrillo across the 20, the 25, gets some blocking across the 30, 35, 40. He may break this one free. And looks like Weichert got him down at about the 32-yard line. So a good run there by Petrillo on the kickoff return.
Petrillo on the return.
And Weichert made the touchdown-saving tackle there.
A very strong answer by the Palisades special teams. Special teams has kept Palisades in this game.
So Northwestern, now they're bringing this one back, or?
Against the Pirates.
Yep. So penalty against Palisades will bring it all the way back, as I believe we had a hold way back at about the 20. It'll bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So a good break for Northwestern.
First and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
So now first and 10
massive
for
change.
Palisades.
It's a massive change in field position.
Smealin in the backfield with Newton. One wide out to the right. Now fake pitch, and Newton will keep it, and he's met at about the 12-yard line immediately on that play.
Newton on the keeper, driven backwards by number 4, Nick Henry.
Nick Henry again.
Yeah, going nowhere.
And Henry, we saw it last year. Marshall, you'll see it this year. There isn't any position on any sport that I don't think Nick Henry can't play.
Baseball player too, right?
Yep. Basketball player as well. Now Newton back to pass, looking on the right side. He's got a receiver open, but leads him a little too long.
A little?
About 5-10 yards, perhaps.
McGrath falls incomplete. That'll bring him a third down.
Looks like McGrath was the intended receiver. I say looks like it because their numbers are incredibly hard to see.
Wow. Did not have us in mind when they designed these threads.
So third down for Palisades here. Looking for some instruction on the sideline. Smealin alone running back in the backfield. Back to pass. Now rolling to the right side. Now looking to go deep. Finally gets a pass off, and it's no good. He was almost tackled in the end zone. And finally flung one out there as he was about to get crushed.
Yeah, he was lucky. There were three Northwestern players took a shot at him, and the ball again fell about 6 yards incomplete.
Zach Smith was barely in the same zip code, the intended receiver, and so Northwestern with some good defense here, stopping the play.
I think that's the first 3 and out since the opening series.
4th and 9, 3:46 left to go in this second quarter.
Oh, high snap.
That snap now goes out of the end zone, and it will be a safety for Northwestern. So 2 more points tacked on the board, and boy, that's a tough play to give up for Palisades.
Here I was complimenting Palisades' special teams after the long kick return, and that was brought back because of a penalty. They brought that back because of a penalty. Instead of starting inside of Northwestern territory, starting deep in their own, and now leads to a bad snap and 2 points for Northwestern.
So it's 23-14 for Northwestern. And
we'll have a free kick, and we'll get the ball back.
And so far, the momentum seems to be going Northwestern's way. 3:44 left to go in the second quarter. Coming up at halftime, I had a chance yesterday to sit down with Dave Hunsecker from New Tripoli Bank. We talked a little bit about what this summer was like. We saw him at the golf tournament back in June. Spoke to him then. None of us were sure back then, Marshall, there was going to be any football. We wound up seeing a little bit of baseball in a Lehigh Valley baseball tournament, and Dave was there to watch some of that. And, we talked a little bit about baseball, a little bit of football, and a little bit about what it's like to have to be a small business in this economy with everything going on. Now the punt is high in the air and taken at about the 35-yard line. Cross to the 42. Holmes had that on the return, and so Northwestern will take over at what looks to be about their own 44. Northwestern now looking to maybe tack a few more points up before the half. They've got some time here to take.
They don't need time. They're a very quick strike offense. This is not a team that's going to worry about the clock too much.
Rada and Henry on either side of Justin Holmes, waiting for the snap. Holmes, handoff to Rada. He has nowhere to go with it. Gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. He looked like he was going to lose a couple, but never gave up on the play and wound up getting a couple of yards back.
Yeah, kept the legs moving. Just wasn't going anywhere. He had his jersey and his entire body engulfed by the front four of the Palisades Pirates.
He gave him a yard, so 2nd and 9.
Well, good for you.
Empty backfield for Holmes. Back to pass, looking right side. He's got it one complete to Henry. Henry breaks the tackle, gets around him across the 40, the 35, down to about the 33-yard line before he's finally taken down there by Zach Smith.
Yeah, Zach Smith was grabbing him by the ankle, hoping Henry wouldn't drag him 15 yards.
22-yard pass reception.
Boy, Henry's showing again some good moves to get around a few defenders and get some yardage. So first down, 1st and 10 on the 33. Empty backfield for Holmes. Henry and Christopher split to the right. Rada and Weicker to the left. Could be a Holmes keeper here. They stack the box a little bit. Now Holmes back to pass. Looks to the left side. Tried to get Rada in the slot, but he threw it a little bit to his left and low. Incomplete, so 2nd and 10 now for Northwestern. Trying to add to this lead. Nice night out here in New Tripoli for football. Rada in motion from right to left. Henry in the backfield. Now Rada stops just in front of Holmes. Handoff to Henry. Rolls to the left side. Has a couple of people going after him. Now tries to cut back, go the other way. And he's brought down on that play by Nick Petrillo, number 5. He loses a few yards.
Yeah, good pursuit by Palisades there. They're not fooled. I got Henry 9 carries, 66 yards in the first half for Nick, even with that 3-yard loss.
Loss of 5 on the play.
So they're calling it a loss of 5, 3rd and 15 for Northwestern. 1:54 left to go. Second quarter. Back to pass, rolling right side is Holmes. He is looking downfield for a receiver. He's got Rada, but Petrillo is right with him, and Rada could not get a hand on that one.
Yeah, he noticed a single coverage. Well defensed. Did everything right. It was a well thrown ball, but perfect coverage.
So Nick Henry looks like he's back to punt. 4th and 15. 1:44 left to go in this second quarter.
Petrillo back deep.
Nick Petrillo, number 5, is back at about the 12-yard line, waiting for the punt. And let's see what Henry can do. He certainly can kick into the end zone. Let's see if he can put one up at about the 10. Henry, nice high punt. Hits it around the 7 and taken there at about the 9-yard line by Kate Christopher. So they're going to mark it at about the 7. Well, actually, they're going to mark it.
I think right at the 10, right? A lot of lines on the field.
A lot of footballs, a lot of referees, not sure. Okay, so right at the 10-yard line. So good punt by Nick Henry. Better to get him at the 10 than go too far and put him at the 20.
Yeah, 28-yarder, 28-yard net.
Palisades offense with one more crack to get on the scoreboard again. 1:36 left to go in this first half.
1st and 10 for the Pirates from the 10-yard line.
We've seen them struggle with the passing game. We've seen Smealin break some big runs.
Yeah, I got Newton. He has 2 picks. He had the 8-yard touchdown pass. I have him 4 completions, so 4 for 14, 17 yards, and the 2 picks.
Smealin on the handoff and the run, and he got knocked by a couple of
Number 3, Mason
Northwestern
Sloan,
players.
carry, tackle number
Got hit
number
pretty
4,
well
Nick
once,
Henry.
but did not go out of bounds.
Pickup of
Gain of
9
9
second down
for
and
Mason
1.
Smealin on a heck of a run.
19-yard line.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who made the first contact.
I thought maybe Weichert might have gotten him first. Now back to pass. Newton looking to the left side, but he's got nothing really there and throws it way away from Petrillo and out of bounds.
That was almost a backwards pass.
For Petrillo.
That was almost behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 1.
So 3rd and 1. I'm assuming 2-down territory for Palisades, although
They're pretty deep.
yeah,
I don't think you want to give Northwestern the ball this close to the end zone with this little time remaining in the half. Punt it, take your chances if you don't get the first.
receivers 2 each, split wide, right and left, under center. Newton hands off to Smealin, and he's met immediately by multiple defenders. And I thought maybe he might break that tackle, but
Yeah, they called forward progress stopped.
Nick Henry, number 4, first one on there with some help on that play by Reed Conray.
And Northwestern, I believe, called timeout there to save some time to get one last possession before halftime.
Loss of 2 to play.
So it'll be 4th and 3 as he lost 2 yards on that one.
Timeout, Northwestern.
58 seconds left to go. Each team has a timeout left. We hope that you're enjoying the coverage tonight on Penn Sports Radio or on the YouTube channel for Northwestern Lehigh School District. Either way, we're glad to have you here. As the football season starts in New Tripoli and through the Lehigh Valley, something we weren't sure was going to happen. I mean, this night actually did happen. So 4th and 3. We'll see if they go for it or if they're going to drop back.
Yeah, there's no one. I mean, there's no one deep for. Now we go back.
Kelleher dropped back. Now he will punt to the right side.
Oh, he fumbled.
And Holmes could not control it. Ball still loose. And I think finally taken by Rada at the 45-yard line. Holmes had a little trouble handling that. Popped out of his hands.
Yeah, Holmes wanted to make sure that he caught the ball so as not to let time go off the clock, so he called for the fair catch. Didn't want the ball to bounce and time run off the clock, but he muffed the punt and nearly a disastrous turnover. Fortunately for Northwestern, heads-up play, and they kept possession.
49 seconds left to go. Northwestern controlling. Rada in motion. Now back to passes Holmes. Looks down the middle. Gets it off to Henry. Complete. He breaks a tackle across the 50, the 45, the 40, and some nice blocking up front.
Cam
Shields with a nice block ahead of Henry. Really opened it up a little more for him.
First down.
So they marked that at the 40-yard line. 15-yard gain. Henry in the backfield. Holmes has Rada in the slot to the left. Now Henry moves to the right. Empty backfield. Back to pass Holmes. Flips one in complete to Henry. He steps out of bounds at the Northwestern sideline.
Complete to number 4, Nick Henry.
As he was knocked out of bounds there by John Donato, number 18.
Obviously the first chance to run a 2-minute drive. See if it results in some points before the end of the half. Keep that momentum going into halftime. And there was a penalty, I think, on Palisades after the play, so they're going to be even closer.
First and 10 for the Tigers, a 19-yard line. That's enough for a Tiger first down.
So now they're at their Palisades 19 with a first down. looking to get more points up there. 37 seconds left to go. Second quarter. Henry in the backfield with Holmes. Now back to pass. Looking to the left side. He's got a jump ball for Arata.
Holmes' pass intended for Rada falls incomplete.
He was not able to get to it.
Yeah, a little high.
Like Petrillo was out there with him on the jump ball.
Thomas Salva.
Salva, sorry, number 2, Salva.
Second down and 10.
So 2nd and 10. Taking shots in the end zone, but not a lot of time. Maybe not a bad idea. They do have one timeout left, though. Empty backfield. Rada, Weichert, and McConnell to the left. Henry to the right. Back to pass now. Up the middle. Gets a pass off completed at about the 10-yard line to Rada.
Holmes' pass complete to Rada.
And he had Smith in his face there as well, so Northwestern will call a timeout here.
Timeout.
Trying to go down the middle of the field, and Palisades has done a pretty good job in pass defense so far in this game, so Northwestern has had to find some interesting opportunities. Sideline, quick pass. That time, Holmes able to get it to down the middle to Rada.
Yeah, getting a little bit more of a rhythm. I think they've been in no huddle the whole game, but I think having more of the quickness, the rapid tempo, getting that going in a 2-minute drive is helping Holmes in this situation.
.25 seconds on the clock. 23-14. Northwestern out in front. And both teams now up back on the field as the Tigers look to keep going. 3rd and 1 now. Wasn't enough there for a first down.
Yeah, that's why they have to call the timeout.
Now Rada in motion. Snap to Holmes. Tries to go up the middle. Gets across the 10 down to the 9.
Holmes on the carry.
And they need to huddle quickly or call another timeout. And they will call another timeout.
Are they giving him the first? They measure?
You would think they would since the sticks are at the 10.
That's enough for a Tiger. First down.
So it'll be 1st and goal for Northwestern.
1st and goal from the 9.
Empty backfield. Holmes calling singles. Dropping back. Tries to go right corner for Henry.
Yeah,
and the flags are thrown. And he did hold on to it for a touchdown.
The number 4, Nick Henry, for the Tiger touchdown.
Yeah, Nick Henry showing some strength. He was held. He was interfered with, and he still held on to the ball. Terrific throw on the fade. And getting those points before halftime.
Waiting to see if the referee called him in bounds because there was a lot of bodies flying around there. Holmes and a defender on him. So I wasn't sure if Holmes had made it in, but finally the side judge made the call for a touchdown. So a nice pass by Holmes to lead Henry. And Nick Henry, what a great grab on that one for the touchdown in Northwestern. A late touchdown here with 11 seconds left to go. Now they're calling that.
They may be going for 2 here, right?
Well, I haven't seen them put the points on the board yet.
Are they just calling the interference?
They're going for 2.
It was pass interference against the Pirates. Touchdown is good.
So the touchdown is good, just not up on the board yet. Now they're going for 2. So it's 29-14 as now back to pass. And a little flip pass was to a wide open receiver in the end zone.
Nick Henry had him open. He put it right on his hands. I can't see who it was.
Reed Connery.
Reed Connery
2-point conversion.
not able to hold on to that one.
So with 11 seconds to go.
So 29-14, 11 seconds left to go, and Palisades
14.
looking to maybe do something quickly here. Not a lot of time.
Yeah.
And Northwestern certainly came out a little shaky, but has now played some very good offensive football and have held Palisades quiet now for the second quarter.
We've seen a little bit of the good and the bad from Justin Holmes. He's thrown two touchdowns, has 2 picks. I got him for 102 passing yards so far in the first half. Not too shabby. Nick Henry, 6 receptions, 60 yards. He's been the main receiver out of the backfield.
So Northwestern will kick off here.
Holmes, of course, also had a 34-yard touchdown run. He has 55 yards on 7 carries unofficial.
So penalty on Palisades, as now Northwestern will...
I think they're applying the pass interference penalty on the kickoff.
On the kickoff. So they're kicking from Palisades 45. Do you go for a squib here?
There's 11 seconds. Get in the locker room.
And they do kick one into the end zone and out of play.
Kickoff into the end zone for a
So
touchdown.
Palisades will take over there.
Palisades up first and 10.
I don't think you have to worry about Newton throwing the ball deep here. If he does, you can probably call a fair catch in the secondary and take over and maybe get one play yourself.
So Palisades setting up their offense on the sideline. They'll come back in shortly. And with their senior leadership, got to believe they're going to talk about that in the locker room at halftime and say, look, we've got to do better. This is a team that's got a lot of experience now for Palisades.
Well, they can run the ball a little bit. They can definitely block. Their offensive line's done a nice job. It's just a matter of being able to accurately get the ball down the field with the quarterback. And I don't know if Jaden Newton is that person.
Hand off to Smealin, and immediately he is met in the backfield.
Mason Smealin with a carry, tackle on the play.
Looked like Ledeboer, first one on the scene, almost got face masked on the play. Made a nice tackle. And a few yards lost for Smealin, and that's the end of the first half. Northwestern leading this one 29-14 at the half. We'll come back and talk about the first half and
please stay in your seats for the half.
Hear from Dave Hunsicker from Nutropoli Bank. We'll take a break now, come back and hear from Dave next. This is Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
The Northwestern Lehigh Football Booster Club takes pride in its work with the players, parents, and staff that make up this great team. Their mission is to help promote the program through fundraisers, sponsorships, and volunteer support from people like you. From pregame meals and equipment to year-ending banquets, the Booster Club helps to provide a great atmosphere for their student athletes. Their hard work doesn't stop after football is done. It's a year-round commitment to help keep Northwestern football strong.
Hi, this is Andy Toth, president of the Booster Club. I wanted to thank all of our volunteers and ask you to help where you can support our efforts. Please go to NWL Tigers Football Booster Club on Facebook to find out how you can help.
Whatever stage of life and career you find yourself in, Valor Wealth Management can help you make choices to benefit your tomorrow. Located in downtown Easton, Pennsylvania, Valor Wealth Management consists of a team of advisors with experience in a variety of tools necessary for their clients' success. President Michael McGuire has over 20 years of experience working with clients in the Lehigh Valley. Check out their website, valoradvisor.com, and for further information, call 610-295-5593. Tony Sibilla back here on the halftime show between Northwestern and Palisades, and my guest from Nutropoli Bank, Dave Hunsicker, joins us.
What you did in the dark, Light 'em Up by Fallout Boy. The band would like to thank the band boosters, Northwestern Lehigh staff, administration, and the entire Northwestern Lehigh community for your continued support. We now invite you to sit back, relax, rock out with the pride and power of Nutropoli, the Northwestern Lehigh High School Tiger Marching Band. Let's have another big round of applause for the Tiger Marching Band.
So I just told the girls to go out to the 50 and do like a couple cheers.
Sure. Well, we stand the sound. Sure. That's great. I just went to the scoreboard.
Okay, so they're going to go out now. Get some like close shots going for the families.
The Tiger golf team teed off their season last week. Their first match was against Bangor on the 31st. Tigers lost to the Slaters 485 to 498. Tyler Stasko led the Tigers 95. Noah Smargassi shot a 98 and Nate Nur a 99. On September 1st, the Tigers lost to Saucon Valley 430 to 495. Tyler Stasko shot a 91, Ryan Kensinger a 99, and Nick Scott a 100. On September 3rd, the Tigers defeated Salisbury 488 to 506. And on September 8th, the Tigers lost to Southern Lehigh 410 to 469. Tyler Stasko again shot an 82, Nate Nur 91, and Ryan Kensinger 93. On Thursday, the Tigers faced off with Penn Argyl and defeated the Green Knights 442 to 462. Noah Smargassi led the way, shooting an 84. Tyler Stasko and Nick Scott both posted an 88 in the win. The Tigers have a 2-3 record in the Colonial League. Here come the Tigers.
Yes, so
Northwestern comes on the field now, and we will get ready for the second half in just a moment. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
The Northwestern Lehigh Educational Foundation is a nonprofit organization that supports the educational goals of the Northwestern Lehigh schools. Since inception, the foundation has funded more than $1.3 million in innovative projects to support the district that would not have otherwise been funded. The NWLEF relies on funding through donations from the local community and annual fundraising events. Join the NWLEF for their next event, the annual Clay Shoot on October the 25th at Lehigh Valley Sporting Clays. For more information, go to nwlef.org. That's nwlef.org.
Tony Sabilla, Marshall Hausfeld back here at Tiger Stadium, where Northwestern at the half leads 29-14, second half about ready to start. We know that we have a couple of other games tonight. Notre Dame at Pine Grove, Notre Dame Green Pond at Pine Grove. Scott Johnston and Andrew Trumbore were calling that game. They were at the half. The last we checked, 22-14 in that game. Meanwhile, the other game, Tamaqua at Shenandoah Valley. We'll get an update there as soon as we have a chance. Tony Radoka and Doug Jansen, new announcers here on Penn Sports Radio, calling that game tonight. I want to remind you, or at least let you know, that we've got a broadcast of Northwestern Lehigh soccer coming up on September 21st. And right now, the game, I believe, is scheduled for 7 p.m. We'll be on the air at 6:45. Northwestern Lehigh taking on Saucon Valley. Ray Canavari will be on the call for that one. So,
is that a conflict of interest?
What?
He can coach soccer and broadcast soccer at the same time. It sounds a little fishy to me.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't make the rules. I just...
He's covering boys soccer and he's coaching girls.
So okay.
I think that's fine. Don't be a troublemaker.
I'm just saying.
So that'll be coming up here on Penn Sports Radio. And, of course, plenty of football. Next week we will be back here, we believe. I haven't heard confirmation on a game yet with Penn Argyl, but I think that's happening.
We heard that last week, too. It's going to happen, maybe, definitely. Put it in pencil or India ink.
So we believe we'll be back here same time next week, 6:30 pregame. Northwestern hosting Penn Argyl. As the Tigers now get ready to kick off. And Petrillo taking it at the 12-yard line. Rolls to his right side, gets across the 20 to 25. He's got some blocking, 30, 40, 45. Still going and goes out of bounds at about midfield. Finally pushed out by Rotter, I believe.
Yeah, 38-yard return. Very good starting field position for the second half.
So 1st and 10 at the 50 for Palisades. Right away getting good field location here. And they will take over again. Now again, Halbert in the backfield this time, and the keeper taken by McGrath. So they were in the backfield, as we did not see Newton out there.
Zach Smith in the carry.
It's actually Zach Smith. So Smith gets the carry, 8 yards, and 2nd and 2 now. Now in the backfield again, and up to about the 40-yard line, we believe. Smith again. It looks like he has enough for a first down, gets across the 40, down to just about the 39-yard line. So Smith picks up a couple. So now 1st and 10 on the 39. Now Newton back under center. Smealin in the backfield. Smith gets the handoff as he was in motion, rolls right side. Gets down to about maybe the 37-yard line. Pickup of about 2.
Zach Smith on the carry, tackle on the play.
Looked like Andrew Sabo was one of the players on that tackle.
2nd down and 8.
So 2nd and 8 for Palisades. Newton calling singles, now looking on the sideline, trying to get a play in. He's got Smealin in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now Smith in motion. Handoff to Smealin. Rolls to the left side off his block. Gets past Holmes across the 25-20. Still dragging a couple of players before he's finally taken down at the 15-yard line. Smealin, small in stature, but you cannot bring him down easily.
Yeah, Holmes did an arm tackle. He ran right through it.
Weichert wound up making the tackle.
First down.
Got down to about the 14, so big run there. Now the fake handoff and now going the other way. Looked like it was Halbert.
On the carry, tackle on the play by Nick Henry.
Nick Henry getting credit for the tackle. Reed Conray was there as well.
3 in the play.
Losing 3 on that carry.
From the 17.
So now 2nd and 12, actually lost 2.
They're continuing to attack, running to their left side of their offensive line, which has been their strength all game.
Newton checking the sideline. Now gets it off to Smealin, and Smealin up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles across the 5. Did he make it in?
We're going to mark him just short.
Right down at the 1-yard line. Smealin, 16-yard run.
Tackled by
And he's getting a little bit of blocking, and he's making it the rest of it on his own. So now 1st and goal at the 1. Palisades knocking at the door here. Smealin in the backfield. He's got Halbert as a blocker in the eye. Newton pitching right side to Smealin. Cuts inside. Gets back to about the 1-yard line before he's brought down there by Andrew Sabo. Looked like actually it might have been Sabo on that one.
Yeah. I don't like a toss play when you're that close to the goal line. You're going backwards. They've been, on this whole drive, they've been going ahead, up the middle, and now they try to run wide. That's up the middle.
Now the handoff to Halbert, who is at the fullback position, is in for a touchdown. And so Palisades gets on the scoreboard here. Good call there to go up the middle with Halbert.
Delaney Hilferty out to an
extra point
after.
Hilferty. Kick is up, and it is good.
Very impressive coming out of the locker room. Started with the long kick return and just matriculated down the field, running the football. Didn't try to pass once. And sometimes when you're down, it wasn't late enough in the game that you had to panic, and they just continued doing their bread and butter, which is running the ball to the left side and up the middle and culminating in a touchdown to get a little closer.
So 29-21, Northwestern leading, 8:33 left to go in this third quarter. Now we'll see what Northwestern can do back on offense, but a good sustained drive by Palisades, and again, going with what we thought they really should do, and that's the run game.
Well, Remy Musa, a little wrinkle with Zach Smith to start the third quarter. Couple of carries, getting him started, and then Mason Smealin building up a head of steam. 22 yards, 16 yards, getting. I think right now I have him as 15 carries, 88 yards, and Harbert getting the vulture touchdown if you have him in your fantasy league.
Mike Wallvillage out for the kickoff.
Northwestern now. Wallvillage, number 14, kicking for
return the kickoff.
Palisades. Kickoff down the middle, taken at the 6-yard line there by Rada. Gets out to the 20-yard line, gets knocked pretty hard.
Justin Rada on the return, tackle on the play. Number 69, Steve
That's
Lilly.
by number 69 by Palisades.
Stephen Lilly.
First
Steve Lilly.
Tigers at the 20-yard line.
The center getting downfield very quickly on a kick return. But they're more spirited. Got to be impressed with the way Remy Musa psyched his team up at halftime. They've come up with energy.
So Northwestern taking over at their own 20, 1st and 10. Rada in motion from right to left. Now the pitch fake. Holmes rolls to the left side, tries to find some room May have gotten a yard on that play, but not much more, as the line for Palisades stacked up pretty well there.
Yeah, they were not fooled by the play fake. They stayed home.
Pickup of 1. Second down and 9 from the 21.
Halbert, one of the tacklers on that play, has been all over the field today for Palisades on both sides of the ball. So now 2nd and 9.
Single coverage on the right side.
Back to pass, and a pass almost intercepted, meant for Justin Rada. And stepping in front of that, nice play by Smith, Zach Smith.
Pass ball's incomplete.
I thought he was going to go Cade Christopher. He had the single coverage on the right side. He was looking his way. He opted to go short instead of long and almost had it picked off.
Smith only had 1 interception last year, but plenty of tackles and assists. So he's become a pretty solid part of this defense. 3rd and 9 for Northwestern. Henry in the backfield. Rada in the slot to the left. He's in motion now to the right. Holmes. And now the play is stopped.
Yep. False start.
False start. That'll march Northwestern back.
This could be a
Motion
very uplifting drive for Palisades if they can take the opening kickoff, the opening second half kickoff, score, get a 3 and out, get the ball back. They're pinned deep enough in their own territory, Northwestern is, that they can get the ball back.
15.
Palisades could with very good field position if they can stop them here on 3rd down.
So now 3rd down for Northwestern. The snap low, but Holmes gets it. He's being pursued. Gets away from a couple of people now. Gets a pass down the field, and that's intercepted at the 40-yard line by Palisades.
Holmes' pass
Looks like it was number 2, Tom Salva, who gets the interception, and Holmes got away from the pressure.
Yeah, everything about that play was ugly. He was running for his life to his left, trying to avoid the sack. Probably would have been better off throwing that ball away if he was going to throw it, or try running it up to try to get at least back to the line of scrimmage. Instead, his 3rd interception of the game.
So Palisades will take over. Another chance to score, down by 8.
Yeah, he was trying to avoid a sack. He was not going to get anywhere close to the line of scrimmage.
7:38 left to go in this 3rd quarter, and all the momentum now swinging to Palisades after a good drive and now a defensive stop, an interception, and can they capitalize on it? We'll see. Handoff, Smealin goes up the middle, gets a couple yards. He stopped after about a 2-yard gain.
Smealin on the carry, tackling the play by number 1, Andrew
Nice tackle
Sabo.
there. Sabo was on it, but also Ben Dunstan, number 53, at the bottom of that pile.
Pickup of 2.
So 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain for Smealin. 3 receivers to the left. Smealin in the backfield. Newton. Jaden Newton looking for the play on the sideline now. Will set back up again. The snap and the fake handoff. Now Newton goes up the middle with it. Gets across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Newton not known for his ball carrying. That time he did the read and decided to keep it. Decent pickup.
3 in the play.
3-yard gain. 3rd and 5 now for Palisades. Petrillo Donato to the left. Smith. And McGrath to the right. Smealin in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Now pass is incomplete at the 25-yard line. Meant there for Donato, but
Newton's pass intended for
broken up on that play nicely.
number 18.
Yeah, that was actually a fairly well-thrown ball. It was just better defensive coverage. And 4th and 3, you can throw that play on 3rd down if you think you're going to go for it on 4th, and this is certainly a position where they can do that.
So 4th and 5 here. Newton now will look to the sideline again. He's got Smealin in the backfield, 2 to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Got to believe he's going to go to Smealin, you would think. Fakes handoff now, rolls to the right side, looking downfield. Tries to get a pass off. It's out of bounds. His receiver went out of bounds and really had nowhere to go.
Yeah, they just shut off the whole sideline. He
He
rolled right. He just didn't have enough room to fit the ball in between the receiver and the sideline.
McGrath was the intended receiver. Cade Christopher was right there, though. Kept him close to the sideline, and he had nowhere to go. So now Northwestern will take over. Under center. Now rolling right side. Holmes. Pass off incomplete.
McDonald?
Nice, yeah, Ryan McDonald getting the completion on a nice curl back pattern, and look, he might have lost. I don't know if that was him or if it was someone else. Might have lost his mouthpiece. Comes off the field though. Looks like he's a little
injury timeout on the field.
Looks like he's a little hurt there. So we'll see how that turns out. But he got himself off the field. So we'll see how that plays out for them.
Strong accuracy by Holmes. That was one of the nicer passes he's thrown today. Rolling to his right and finding McDonald open.
Tony Sibilla, Marshall Hausfeld, glad to have you here on Penn Sports Radio and the YouTube channel for Northwestern Lehigh School District. I'm just looking at that play again. And nice catch
the 47-yard line
by McConnell. But, yeah, he looks like he got himself a little hurt there. But got it down to the 47, almost the 48-yard line. So nice pickup there. And a first down for Northwestern. I want to remind you we've got games going on right now. Notre Dame at Pine Grove. Scott Johnston and Andrew Trumbo are on the call there on one of our other channels. And then our third channel up tonight, Tamaqua at Shenandoah Valley. Tony Radoka and Doug Johnson calling out one for us all the way up there in wherever Shenandoah Valley is. I'm not sure where that is.
Well, originally, wasn't Northwestern supposed to open up against Tamaqua when the original schedule came out?
Yes, the original schedule, yeah.
Could have been us. Could have been us.
I kind of forgotten what the original schedule was. It's been so long. Well, Northwestern now, after that timeout, back on the field. Rada in motion, heading back left side. Now, fake handoff. Holmes looking downfield. He's got a receiver wide open. It is Cade Christopher, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Northwestern.
53 yards. We talked about Cade Christopher at halftime. And
Cade Christopher.
Everything perfect on that play. Enough time by the offensive line, giving him time to throw. Cade Christopher, enough time to get down the field. Hit him in stride. Second touchdown reception for Christopher.
And good blocking by the line to give Justin Holmes plenty of time. And Christopher was so wide open, he was almost deserted out there. Extra point. Garrido gets it low, but it does go through. And so Northwestern now takes a 36-21 lead. 5:51 left to go in the third. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
Nutripoli Bank is the bank you and your family have come to know and love. That's because Nutripoli Bank treats each and every customer as an individual, encouraging them to dream big and reach for their goals. Since 1910, Nutripoli Bank has ensured the financial well-being of all their customers. When you're ready to take that first step, Nutripoli Bank will be right by your side. Nutripoli Bank has 3 locations in the Lehigh Valley: Nutripoli, Orfield, and Emmaus. As a community bank serving the Lehigh Valley for over 100 years, Nutripoli Bank knows how important it is to offer their customers the convenience of cutting-edge banking technology, coupled with a local presence that only a true community bank can provide. That's why Nutripoli Bank's mobile banking app, online banking platform, and website are all designed to meet your modern banking needs. For more information, go to NutripoliBank.net. That's NutripoliBank.net.
36-21, Northwestern leading Palisades here in the third quarter.
Up for the kickoff for the Tigers, Garrido.
Andres Garrido ready to kick off for Northwestern. And a nice drive for the Tigers.
Yeah, Justin Holmes shaking off that last interception. 2 of his nicest passes of the game. The pass to McDonald was for 15 yards, rolling to his right, and then a beautiful strike to Christopher, streaking open over the middle.
Now taken by Petrillo, but he pitches off to Smith, who gets across the 30, the 35. Sorry, that is McGrath, who gets knocked out of bounds on the Northwestern sideline. Big hit by Andres Garrido, the kicker, right on the sideline, and he's getting a lot of applause from his teammates.
Well, Garrido's a pretty big guy for a kicker. He's one of the bigger players on the team. So he normally you don't like your kicker making tackles. Usually it's a line of last resort, but on the sideline, okay.
It's a nice play by Garrido.
That'll show you try to lateral.
And a nice lateral, to be quite honest.
It was. He paid the price.
Palisades back on offense now. 5:44 left to go, third quarter, 36-21.
Good pop.
Northwestern. I'm going to start a Kickstarter to get a scoreboard on the other side of the field for us. We are killing ourselves leading over to find the score. Now the handoff to Smealin on 1st and 10. Gets across the 45 down to about the 47. Gain of about 8. Nice run by Smealin on that play. And again,
looked like Drew Sabo came in to make the tackle.
Plenty of time for Palisades, so go with what you know. And even if it kills a lot of clock, you keep Northwestern off the field. You're running well. I think you got to keep doing it if you're them.
He's approaching Smealin his 100 yards. He has 99 for the game.
Smealin, the handoff, tries to run right side. Now gets a edge block, gets across the 50. The ball is loose. And it might be Northwestern who has it. Let's see what the officials say. Nope, Palisades holds on to it.
Well, fortunate break for Palisades right there. Next time going right, they haven't been running to the right side as much.
So Smealin gets it down to the 46 of Northwestern, so a 6-yard gain. And player down for Northwestern. Not sure who it is just yet. Looks like it might be either a cramp or
I didn't see him go down.
It might be number 23 if I'm reading that properly for Northwestern.
You're not reading it properly.
I am not.
Unless Zim was wrong with his roster, you were not reading it properly.
It is up now. It is Reed Conray, number 11.
Okay.
Wow, I was way off.
Stars and stripes forever, but just not on these uniforms.
These numbers on both uniforms. I love the Northwestern uniform. It's just hard to call it on a live game. So we apologize for calling the wrong numbers left and right. It's awfully hard to see up here.
Good craftsman never blames his tools, but in this case, I'm blaming the tools.
In our other games, Notre Dame up 22-20 early second quarter against Pine Grove. Get you a Tamaqua update in a minute. So 1st and 10, back to pass, and a pass up the middle is complete across the 20. The 15 finally knocked out of bounds. Ball was stripped, but it goes out of bounds. It looked like it was Zach Smith who had the catch. Nice play by Smith and got some yards.
Yep, quick
Looked
drop.
like Sabo might have stripped the ball from him.
Yep, and Sabo did recover in time to strip it, but Smith to the sideline and a quick strike by Newton.
Now 1st down. Handoff to Smealin, rolls left side across the 10, across the 5-yard line. Sabo was able to sling him down. Couple of players now. Holmes back at the 13-yard line. Looks like he's having a little issue with some cramping, some stretching out. A couple of players for Northwestern look to be struggling right now.
Well, it's not surprising. We talked all game about the off-season conditioning.
Yep.
The coaches will say, "Oh, our guys are in great shape. Our guys are in great shape." You say that, but you haven't had this kind of a. It's a warm night, and playing this many minutes, both ends, cramping up is going to happen.
Yeah, Justin Holmes still on the ground. Now he finally gets up. It was certainly a cramp issue, and I think Taylor Wankert also looked like he was a little sore when he got back in the huddle. But yeah, this is now a who can make it to the end. Let me update that score. It's Notre Dame 29-20, middle of the fourth quarter there up in Pine Grove. Now Palisades, 2nd and 2. Handoff Smealin, rolls to the left side across the 5 and in for the touchdown. Bounced out a few times and found some room just inside the left pylon and gets in for a Palisades touchdown. And that pulls it up 36-27.
Running behind Austin Winters there. Palisades in the second half is doing what they do best, and that's running the football and the occasional misdirection, but strong up the middle and strong to the left.
You go for 2 if you're Palisades. I think they are.
Down 9.
Down 9.
Yeah, so 2 would get you to 7. Those math skills again.
It's that college degree coming in handy again. But it looks like they're going to go for the extra point. Delancey Hilferty on. Not going to take the chance on it now.
It's a little early. They have time. And the way they're moving the ball.
Hilferty's kick is up and good. So 36-28. 4:05 left to go in the third quarter. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
The Northwestern Lehigh Football Booster Club takes pride in its work with the players, parents, and staff that make up this great team. Their mission is to help promote the program through fundraisers, sponsorships, and volunteer support from people like you. From pregame meals and equipment to year-ending banquets, the Booster Club helps to provide a great atmosphere for their student athletes. Their hard work doesn't stop after football is done. It's a year-round commitment to help keep Northwestern football strong.
Hi, this is Andy Toth, president of the Booster Club. I wanted to thank all of our volunteers and ask you to help where you can support our efforts. Please go to NWL Tigers Football Booster Club on Facebook to find out how you can help.
Tony Sabilla, Marshall Hausfeld back at Tiger Stadium.
Palisades will be kicking off.
The lead now
45-yard line.
cut to 8, 36-28, 4:05 left to go third quarter. And a good drive for Palisades, and their running game really now has been beating up Northwestern a little bit.
They're able to be very physical, and you can wear down with the heat, the conditioning question marks for both of these squads. Being able to run like this, it bodes well for them, but they have to play defense now.
Holmes the return, goes to the outside across the 30, the 35. Steps out of bounds at about the, stepped out at about the 33-yard line.
Justin Holmes on the return.
It's just very stark between these two teams. Palisades say they can drive it. They're going to drive 7, 8, 9 play drives, moving the football on the ground. Northwestern,
33-yard line.
very quick strikes, 4 plays. That's a long drive for them.
So far, that's the way we've seen it. So in this game, Northwestern now back on offense. Holmes. Rada in motion, fakes the handoff. Now goes up the middle, across the 40 to the 45, down to about the 46-yard line, enough for a first down.
Holmes on the carry.
Gain of about 13 for Holmes.
That's enough for a Tiger first down.
And gutting it out, Holmes. He definitely looks like he's still a little sore.
Yeah.
And made a nice run on that play.
On the play. First down and 10.
So 1st and 10 for Northwestern. Holmes, hands off to Henry, rolls right side, across the 50, down to about the 46-yard line before he's Knocked down, met by multiple people on that play. Final tackle on that one was Tom Salva, number 2.
From the 46.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2 for Northwestern. Shotgun. Henry behind him. Handoff. Henry goes up the middle. Gets stopped at about the 43-yard line. May have gained enough for a first down. Certainly looks like he did. Gained about 3 yards.
I have unofficially Nick for 75 yards today, and that puts him over 2,000 for his career. So congratulations to Nick.
Northwestern continuing this drive. So far, all of it on the ground. Henry lined up behind Holmes in the shotgun. Rada in motion from left to right. Fake handoff. Holmes rolls to the left. Looking downfield, has to avoid a player, but he can't get past Yearwood, who takes him down. Marcus Yearwood, the 6'2", 192 senior for Palisades, has some good speed. He had played some wideout a little bit last year and caught up to Holmes and tackled him for the loss.
Had 3 sacks last year, first one tonight. First time they've been able to tackle Holmes behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 20 from the 47.
So 2nd and 20, 2:05 left to go in the third quarter. Now Henry in motion, rolling to the left. Holmes back to pass. Again, more pressure. Gets a pass off. It's tipped in and intercepted by Palisades. And it is Donato who comes away with it. But again, trying to pass up the middle. Too many bodies there for Palisades and Northwestern. Another turnover.
Yeah, Nathan Carr and Austin Winters causing havoc up front and causing Holmes to make an ill-advised throw over the middle.
So once again, Northwestern with a turnover, and Palisades looking to capitalize on it. Plenty of time left to go in this game. Late in the third quarter here.
Is that 4 picks for Holmes? Am I counting this correctly? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count to 4. Yeah.
There you go.
Last year's opener, I think Devin Bollinger threw 3 interceptions against Notre Dame. They had 6 overall in that game that they lost.
So now 1st and 10. And the handoff, I believe, was to Smealin.
20 in the carry, Zach Smith.
No, Zach Smith, sorry. But right up front there, Nick Henry was able to take him down immediately. Got some help from Reed Conray.
2nd down and 9 from the 40.
Looked like also Ben Dunstan was on the play. 2nd and 9, 1-yard gain there.
This is playing into Palisades' hands, being able to get the ball in this kind of field position.
Fake handoff now, pass up the middle. It's intercepted by Northwestern. Looks like it is Taylor Weichert who made the interception. And again, right place, right time, right in the lane, and that ball came right to him.
I don't quite know who the intended receiver was. It might have been Weichert. And if it was a highly accurate throw. But that's an awful play by Palisades, wasting a golden opportunity after a good defensive play on their own. They give it right back.
So Northwestern take it back at their own 42. Again, Nick Henry now lined up again behind Justin Holmes.
What's he throwing to?
You look at seeing the replay there. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Northwestern now lining up, Rada in motion. Holmes hands off to Henry. Rolls across the 45 down to the 47-yard line, looks to be. About a 5-yard gain.
Tackle play number 5, Nick Petrillo.
Petrillo.
Play. 2nd down and 5.
On the tackle for Palisades.
He said everything was playing into Palisades' hands, and then an ill-advised turnover. And Northwestern already at midfield.
Tamaqua beating Shenandoah Valley 49-7 already. one of our other games tonight. So Northwestern, 2nd and 5. Rada in motion. Gets the handoff, rolls to the left side. Tries to cut back in, but can't find any room there. And looked again like Zach Smith on the play. He has been all over the field. I don't know if they've duplicated him, Marshall, but it seems like there's a lot of number 20s out there in black.
They've cloned him, yes. No, he's a wonderful player. He's very versatile. Last year was more of a hybrid player, and now getting more of a chance to play as a starter.
Third quarter over. It is Northwestern leading this one, 36-28. We'll be back with more in the fourth quarter. Right after this break, you're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
With the best materials and professional standards, Edge One Property Services of New Tripoli is your home for commercial and industrial residential services. This includes cleaning solutions, painting, pavement solutions, snow, ice management, and landscape. Edge One Services' sophisticated management team can provide maintenance services to the commercial, industrial, educational, and HOA community sectors. Give your property the Edge One effect. For more information, call 484-247-4240 or go to edgeoneservices.com. With an award-winning 4.5-star daily fee course nestled in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, Old Homestead Golf Club is where history and tradition are a part of everyday life. Old Homestead Golf Club is one of the first courses in the Lehigh Valley to offer state-of-the-art GPS capabilities on their championship 18-hole course. Old Homestead's award-winning practice facility includes a driving range with 4 target greens and 3 hazards and a USGA spec putting green. Old Homestead Golf Club is located on Route 309 in New Tripoli. For more information, go to oldhomesteadgolfclub.com.
With Marshall Hausfeld, it's Tony Sibilla here at Tiger Stadium as Northwestern back on offense now as we start the fourth quarter. 3rd and 5. The handoff, Henry rolls to the right side. He's looking for blocking. Got it from Rada, gets to the 50-yard line, and then gets pushed back by multiple players. Gained a couple of yards there, but could not do enough on that play. It'll be 4th and about 2. Like Petrillo on a nice play there defensively.
Yeah, and I don't think Josh Snyder has any intentions of punting. They could pin him deep, or they can try to get the 3 yards.
Empty backfield for Holmes. And now it looks like Palisades got drawn offside. If that happened.
And it did.
And that'll move the chains as it'll be enough for a first down. So nice play by Northwestern to draw Palisades off.
First down.
Big play there. Northwestern could take advantage of it.
It is the final countdown after all.
45-yard line now of Palisades as the handoff goes to Henry. Rolls right, cuts back inside, gets across the 40. Down to about the 39-yard line. They're going to mark it. 6-yard gain for Nick Henry. 2nd and 4 now for Northwestern.
Pickup of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 from the 39-yard line.
Henry approaching 100 yards himself. I have him 14 carries, 89 yards.
Henry in the backfield. With Holmes now. Weichert in motion. Now Henry up the middle. Gets down to the 35. He's awfully close to a first down.
I think they're giving it to him.
He got across it, yep.
Henry to carry, tackle the play.
Gets it down to the 39.
Up for a Tiger, first down.
Sorry, the 34. He was on the 39.
34-yard line.
So a nice 5-yard gain for Henry. 1st and 10 for Northwestern as they try and keep this drive going. Weichert split left. Henry in the backfield. Christopher is to the right. Back to pass, looking the right side. Pass is incomplete.
Late hit.
To Rada.
They're calling a late hit.
So they did throw a flag. Okay.
Yeah, Rada was, after the incompletion, he was turning to walk back toward the huddle, and then he got popped in the back from Zach Smith, I think.
Personal foul against the Pirates.
So that'll give
It's enough for a Tiger, first down.
Northwestern a big gain on this penalty. They spot the ball on the 19-yard line now. First down there. Rada now to the left. He goes in motion. Holmes with Henry in the backfield. Now Holmes gets it, keeps it. Tries to go up the middle, met by multiple players from Palisades. Petrillo in there on the end.
Number 78, Austin Winters on the tackle.
Looked like
Pick up a
also got some help there.
Yeah, Winters was in on that.
second down and 8.
Aiden Blakely, number 8.
Anybody with a black uniform was there.
Pretty much.
But Holmes on the ground, 10 carries, 70 yards, and a touch.
2nd and 8 for Northwestern. Now Weichert in motion. Handoff, inside handoff. Met at about the 16-yard line was Nick Henry.
Nick Henry in the carry, number 18. John Janetto on the tackle.
So 3rd and 7.
3rd and 6 from the 16.
Do you go for a pass here?
Well, they have an empty backfield, so
Thinking yes. Rolling left. Holmes now decides to keep it. Now throws it down the field. It's tipped and intercepted. Across the 15 down to the 17-yard line. Couldn't tell if that was number 18, Donato.
Again, pressured it from the outset. Forced them to throw it before he wanted to, and threw it in the middle of the field where there were 3 defenders waiting for it. 5th pick by Justin Holmes. So he's had some wonderfully electric plays and a couple of plays that make you wonder, makes sense. It's his first start.
Another play, too, when he was under pressure, got himself a little bit out of it, and instead of maybe throwing it sideline, tried to squeeze it in somewhere.
He's looking to make a play.
Yeah,
he's looking to make a play.
Absolutely. So now 1st and 10 for Palisades on their own 18. Handoff, Smealan cuts back in the middle, gets past a couple of blockers before Nick Henry is able to grab his leg and take him down.
But they were in the red zone there. You got to be more careful with the football. You have to say, okay, even if I don't make the first down, it's 4th. We could go for it. Maybe kick a field goal.
5-yard gain for Smealan. So 2nd and 5 for Palisades. Now the handoff again to Smealan, and that time pursued by Northwestern. Looked to be for the Tigers, Owen Caulfield. Number 58. Got a little help there by Reed Conray. 3rd and 5 now, pitch back to Smealan. Gets some room to the outside across the 30, the 35, the 40. Tried to cut back, lost his footing. Went down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, fortunate for Northwestern that he lost his footing because they were a little on their heels. Rada was the player that's going to get credit with the tackle, but I don't know if he makes that tackle if Smealan holds his footing.
Now a handoff again as Smealan gets up the middle, down to about the 48-yard line. About a 7-yard gain, about a 6-yard gain.
Smealan on a carry, tackle and play by 68 Evans.
So 2nd and 4.
Long check.
Halbert's in the backfield with Smealan and Newton.
So one possession game. Hard to believe.
Now another handoff to Smealin, and he is met immediately by Nick Henry and taken down. Loss of about 3 yards on that play.
Loss of 3 in the play, 3rd and 7.
So 3rd and 7 for Palisades. McGrath is to the right. Smith Petrillo to the left. Smealin to the right side of Newton. Now the handoff to Smealin. Cuts back left side, gets across the 50. He has enough for a first down to the 45-yard line. Still moving. Finally goes down at the 45. Another first down for Palisades.
We've seen him use his scoot. That was some strength, showing carrying some extra defenders en route to a first down. I have him for 142 yards rushing so far.
First down, 1st and 10 on the 45.
Big change from last year.
He's had some runs where he's been stuffed behind the line of scrimmage, but he's made up for it by a couple of double-digit yardage runs.
So first down and a penalty on Palisades they're calling there. I didn't see what the call was, but it will go against the Pirates. That'll march them back.
Penalty flag on the play. Penalty against Palisades.
5 yards, so it'll be a 1st and 15 now.
5-yard penalty.
And these Northwestern turnovers are keeping Palisades in this game, allowing them to be within just one score.
1st and 15 from the 50. Now direct snap, and that one goes to Smith. He gets down back to about the 45, gets that 5 yards back. So 2nd and 10 now.
Smith on the carry. Tackle on the play by.
You've got other guys who can run, so you really can't key on Smealin, and they've got to get him some rest from time to time, you would think.
You got under 5 minutes to go in this game, so probably 4-down territory.
Now again, Smith gets the direct snap, hands it off, and immediately met.
He ran into the quarterback, slowed him down.
Nice play there again. Ben Dunstan with Nick Henry.
Tackle on the play by Ben Dunstan.
The handoff, just like you said, was sloppy, and that hurt Palisades on that play. 3rd and 13 now for the Pirates.
He slowed his entire momentum down.
Newton back under center now. Back to pass, looking left side. And that pass is incomplete. Nice play by Wyatt Ledebauer. He was right on top of him, and I was concerned there might be a flag coming, but nothing was thrown. So now 4th and 13 for Palisades. And you got to believe that
you could punt here and try to pin him inside the 5. Newton trying to complete a 13-yard pass. What's more likely?
Kelleher dropping back to punt. He's got it. And now he decides to punt last second. And the ball takes a bounce at the 10, the 5, and it is down at the 1-yard line.
There you go. I think. I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. But any thought of going for it there didn't make any sense. Try to pin him back. Northwestern's turned the ball over in this half. Pin him down, and try to get the ball back before and try to get a score. I was wondering if, with the delay Kelleher had punting the ball, if there was an illegal man downfield.
3:55 in the fourth quarter, 36-28, Northwestern up by 8. And really, Marshall, this is a better play, obviously, because
of course
they have a chance to do something. Handoff up the middle. Henry gets a couple of yards.
Henry in the carry.
So down to about the 4-yard line, so 3-yard game. They're going to call it a 2-yard game.
8 from the 3.
Gets it down to the 4. So, yeah, 2-yard gain. They
They have all their timeouts, Palisades does. They have 3 timeouts.
Holmes with Henry next to him. Now the handoff. Henry rolls to the right side, gets some room. Across the 5, the 10, stops, spins. They're going to call him out of bounds at about almost the 10-yard line, so he's a couple of yards shy of a first down. But a good outside run by Nick Henry, and did not give up on the play.
When they need
nice moves there.
When they need the big possession, it's Nick Henry, and it's running right behind Owen Cofield, behind Cameron Shields. And when you run outside, you're also getting some blocking from the wide receivers too.
3rd and 2 for Northwestern. Henry, now Holmes gets it, tries to run with it. He's close to a first down. I think they're going to mark him good. And they are moving the chain, so it is a first down for Northwestern.
Holmes on the carry, picks up enough for a Tiger, first down.
Stops the clock momentarily, then they'll reset the ball, and the clock will start. We're under 3.
First and 10 on the 13-yard line.
So Northwestern, 1st and 10. Their own 13. They're going to take their time with these plays.
Not huddling. Huddling is foreign to either of these teams.
Holmes with Henry. Now pitch to Henry. Rolls right side. Gets across the 15 down to close to the 18-yard line. About a 5-yard gain for Nick Henry.
Tackle on the play by number 78, Austin Winters.
I have Nick Henry unofficially 19 carries, 108 yards.
Timeout.
Had a 6-yard touchdown.
Charged Palisades.
Palisades takes a timeout. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with more Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
The Northwestern Lehigh Educational Foundation is a nonprofit organization that supports the educational goals of the Northwestern Lehigh schools. Since inception, the foundation has funded more than $1.3 million in innovative projects to support the district that would not have otherwise been funded. The NWLEF relies on funding through donations from the local community and annual fundraising events. Join the NWLEF for their next event, the annual Clay Shoot on October the 25th at Lehigh Valley Sporting Clays. For more information, go to nwlef.org. That's nwlef.org.
Tony Sibylla, Marshall Hausfeld back here at Tiger Stadium, where Northwestern holding on to an 8-point lead and holding on to possession right now. 2:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. 36-28. And Northwestern again on the handoff. Nick Henry, a couple of yards, close to a first down. And looks like they will give it to him.
Wow.
So Northwestern clearly looking to just try and run the best they can and run this clock out. Another timeout called. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, this is anti everything that they've done prior to this. They're looking for the quick strike. They're not looking to grind out possessions. But here, less than 2 minutes to go, you want to do just that. You run clock, run the ball, and Nick Henry's the perfect person to do that. You're not worried about fumbling. You're not worried about turnovers at this point.
Northwestern has all 3 of their timeouts. Palisades now down to 1. As we mentioned earlier, we'll be back here next week for Northwestern hosting Penn Argyl. I believe that's official. I can't officially say it's official. If that game does happen, we will be here.
Amazingly, in this half, Holmes has only completed 2 passes. One was for a touchdown.
Now Holmes handing off to Henry, goes up the middle, gets a couple yards, still working hard to get a few more.
And I think Coach Snyder would be very happy if Holmes does not throw another pass in this game, if they can just run out the clock, literally.
Tackle on the play by Daniel Kelleher. Pick up a 4 in play. Second and 6.
Gain of 4 there for Henry. So 2nd and 6, 1:39 left to go in this game.
We got one timeout left.
Raider in motion. Handoff again. Henry right side. Tries to bull his way through. May have gotten down to about the 29-yard line, so 3rd down and about 4 or maybe 3. Another timeout by Palisades. That'll be their last timeout. 1:20 left to go on the clock. 36-28 Northwestern.
What makes the difference between a good defense and a very good defense or a great defense is, can you get the stop when you needed it? And Palisades, I guess, did its job by pinning Northwestern inside the 3. But since then, it's been all Nick Henry. And these short runs, these little runs up the middle, enough to move the sticks, is putting a crimp in what Palisades wants to do defensively. They've done a stellar job up to this point with the running game, but when they really needed to stop, they're not getting it.
Notre Dame Green Pond is victorious in their Week 1 game, beating Pine Grove 36-20 on the road. We know Tamaqua with a 49-7 victory over Shenandoah Valley. And our other 2 games tonight on Penn Sports Radio. Glad to have you here as Northwestern now back on the field.
1 first down wraps this up. They can take knees after this.
3rd and 5. Big play here. Handoff. Henry bounces to the outside. He'll only get to the 30-yard line and not much of a gain there. So 4th down here and 4, and they're about 3 actually, and they're going to have to punt.
Well, they can run the clock down. It'll be well under a minute. 28, so about 40 seconds before they have to run another snap.
4th and 3 from the 30-yard line.
So 4th and 3, 48 seconds left to go.
Sure, they'll run this down to about 1 second and then call a timeout themselves.
You would think.
I try not to think. Hurts too much.
1 second on the play clock. Timeout called by Northwestern.
Called by the Tigers.
33 seconds left to go, 4th quarter. 36-28, Northwestern in front.
Well, Nick's been doing it with his legs, running the football. Now they're going to ask, most likely, for him to punt it and punt it away from Kyle McGrath or anyone else that can make a play on the return game. They've had some very good returns on specials today. Palisades has. They were fortunate. Northwestern was. One was called back because of a penalty.
Now, because Palisades has been really mostly running, their passing game has been almost non-existent. You feel like with this much time left, they almost have to pass the ball. Do you stack the box to not let Smealing get a big gain and just go one-on-one with the receivers? I mean, they do have good receivers, so I'm not sure man-to-man is really the right answer here.
Well, let's see where the punt ends up. If they're deep in their own territory, they don't have any timeouts, so it's not like they have the middle of the field they can use. So a lot depends on where this punt ends up.
Nick Henry back in punt formation for the Tigers.
Henry back to punt. Nick Petrillo still backing up. And the punt is up. Nice high punt. It's going to hit the ground at about the 40, bounce back to about the 42 of Palisades. They'll mark it out at the 41, so that's where Palisades will take over. 29 seconds left to go.
Yeah, not his best kick. It did take some time off the clock. That's the best part of it, but only a 30-yard punt.
So now Palisades. Could have been a lot worse for them. They could have had another 20 yards if that kick would have really gone a little longer and rolled for them.
Yeah, I was hoping for a bounce, but you got to go 59 yards in 23 seconds. No timeouts.
The running game has been successful, but they haven't had a lot of big gains where you'd have enough time to do that. And with no timeouts.
Right, yeah, that's the key. They used their timeouts on defense. They had to.
First and 10 on their 41. Back to pass. Newton looking down the field. Now looking deep. Goes deep left side, and the pass is picked off by Northwestern. And Justin Holmes winds up flinging out his fellow player there.
Yeah, triple coverage.
Nice interception.
That sets up the Tigers first and 10.
For Northwestern, Jacob Peters, number 12, with the interception there. And as soon as Peters made the catch, Holmes just flung him out of bounds. He said, don't run it back.
Yeah, that's it. We don't
Step
need this.
out.
Take a knee, we're done. Fourth interception of the game for Newton. It's probably as far as he could throw it.
And he had plenty of time. Northwestern put more guys in the secondary.
Yeah, they didn't rush. They had a one-man rush.
So Northwestern with 11 seconds looking to just kneel this one down. And that'll do it. Northwestern has held on to this game and taken one from Palisades in a well-played game. We knew it was going to be a close one. We knew there might be some points put up. 36-28, the final score as Northwestern starts their season off with a victory here against Palisades. We're going to take a quick break, come right back, talk about this game in just a moment. You're listening to Northwestern Lehigh football on Penn Sports Radio.
The Northwestern Lehigh Educational Foundation is a nonprofit organization that supports the educational goals of the Northwestern Lehigh schools. Since inception, the foundation has funded more than $1.3 million in innovative projects to support the district that would not have otherwise been funded. The NWLEF relies on funding through donations from the local community and annual fundraising events. Join the NWLEF for their next event, the annual Clay Shoot on October the 25th at Lehigh Valley Sporting Clays. For more information, go to nwlef.org. That's nwlef.org.
DJI Insurance is an independent agency with over 50 years combined industry experience, and our clients are our top priority. Because we work with multiple insurance carriers, it allows us to provide options for coverages and competitive pricing. We take pride in serving our policyholders and will customize a policy that suits your specific needs. Consider